wanted to give you a little idea of some of the lovely stuff that I'd received last month. Some just stuff that's not necessarily esoteric book related. And I wanted to start off with these gifts from the author of Dark Arts and Crafts who came to visit me, Peter Coleman. Thank you so much for your beautiful gifts that you brought over for the new year when he came to visit here in Łódź in Poland. And one of the gifts that he brought over, because he'd just come over from Kyoto, was this curious little package. And what it is, it's basically candy. I'll show you the candy in a few moments, but it's the story that's associated with a candy, which is so exciting, and you can see the story right here. I assume I have the faintest idea what's written over here, but I can tell you the story. It's a ghostly story of a lady who came over to the candy store where this was bought, which now only sells this candy, by the way. It doesn't sell anything else. This lady came over late at night and she was looking rather disheveled. The store was closed, but she was asking if she could get some candy, and the store owner said, yes, sure. He gave her some candy and off she went. And then the day after, she came back and asked for some more candy. And this happened for 6 days in a row. And on the 7th day, he decided to follow the lady once she had left the store with her daily ration of candy, and he followed her around a corner and she disappeared. And he looked around and he realized that he was in a cemetery. And so he asked the priest, the local priest, if there was anything that he should know. And the priest said, yes, sure enough, just 7 days ago, a woman was buried. She was pregnant. And so they went back to the cemetery and they could hear the cries of babies, twins, in fact, that they dug up from the grave, healthy babies, and they were sucking on candy. The lady had given birth in the grave, in the tomb, and had not been able to feed her babies, of course, and so she'd gone to get candy to help her babies survive. So there we go. That's the story of this candy. Very ghostly, but yes, quite a beautiful story of motherly love. Even though it's quite a dark tale. Speaking of dark tales, this is the second gift that I wanted to show you. That Peter brought over, The Disrespectful Summons by Edward Gorey. So this is a bilingual Japanese and English version. And if I just pop that open over here, we'll be able to see some of the beautiful, lovely illustrations, very comedic illustrations by Gorey. And yeah, you can see over here you have the English and the Japanese, and it's the story of a lady who gets visited by this little demon called Beelfazor, and this little demon bestows her with all kinds of gifts. Brought a recipe for fudge of pounded pencil stubs and sludge, for instance, it's all it's all very gothic, very dark, and also absolutely hilarious. Her laugh made beetles swoon, her frown made geese and cows turn upside down. There we are. So there they are, turned upside down. And so on, and she gets into various sorts of trouble, and the devil comes back and drags her off from by the hair. Anyway, it's all very dark stuff, but just so lovely, and it's a beautiful edition as well. There we go. So yeah, that's the disrespectful summons. This is a little Tengu finger puppet. The Tengu is a little yokai, and this one's made of felt. And the Tengu was originally a wrathful deity, and little by little, just the tradition changed, shifted a little bit, and now they're associated with learning. So they'll teach you various things, although they can still be a little mischievous. There we go. So that's a little cute little Tengu finger puppet. Then these socks, these absolutely amazing socks. Check this out. This is for when you feel like you need to have your demons underneath the soles of your feet. You can be treading on your demons all day. Not for the demonolators out there, but I think these are very, very cute, and just like the fancy pink pants that the demons wearing. That's pretty cool. And then oh my goodness, I think this is possibly my favorite item. Let me just get into macro mode over here. Got a fancy new phone as well. So yeah, check that out. It is, of course, no face. Let me try and get into a slightly better light. It's a no face enamel pin, of course, in the style of Edvard Munch, which is the Scream, right? Very, very cool. So cute. And yeah, you can see how it catches the light. I love this so much. Absolutely love it. All right, and then there's this I guess it's like a tarot cloth. If I just open it up, you'll see it's a repeating pattern, and yeah, it's all these little yokais, and it's obviously made me think of the Book of Yokai, which I received this month also, and I'm looking forward to doing a review of that for you guys. Just you can tell the style is clearly. It's clearly the same thing going on, right? This night procession, and yeah, it's just really cool, really cute, really silly, and really lovely. So yeah, so that's that. Yeah, I'll show you that very soon, I promise. So much stuff, folks. I mean, actually, there's an entire bag. Actually, the bag is worth showing you as well. Let me show you the bag, for goodness sake. This is. I actually, I was saying that the pin was my favorite item, but this might in fact be the highlight. Look at this tote bag. There we go. Peter was actually in Prague also just before coming over, but this was not purchased in Prague. It was in fact purchased in Kyoto. There's this little Muka shop in Kyoto, and Peter sent me a message saying, "Hey, Denny, I think you need and deserve one of these tote bags," and I certainly wasn't about to argue. It's just so lovely. I'm incredibly grateful, and there's like this extra little compartment inside, and it's this very sturdy buckram. This is going to last a lifetime. It's absolutely gorgeous. Love it so much. There we go. That's Ilse, Princess de Tripoli. There we go. Let me just show you a couple of these beautiful postcards and bookmarks. So yeah, that's obviously more Muka stuff. We clearly share a love of the Art Nouveau master. A little Capa de la Seine postcard there. A couple more postcards. This is really lovely. The Buddha turning around to make sure that he's not leaving anyone behind. It's beautiful. Get the general idea. Some really lovely stuff. This is a little notepad with the same yokai designs, right? That we saw earlier on the scarf over here, right? Yeah, very very cool. And oh my goodness, this is this is awesome stuff, folks. This is a it's called the Hell Scroll, and you'll see exactly why in a few moments. I've not read the leaflet, although there is an English section to the leaflet, if I remember correctly. If I just flip it over, yeah, you'll be able to see it over there, the Hell Scroll right there. And the details are here. Yep, you can by all means pause the screen and have a little read there. But here is the facsimile of that Hell Scroll. So if I just push that over here for a second and show you what the scroll looks like. It's very, very beautiful. I'm going to get that macro lens back on and see if I can really push in here, just to show you that two-tone texture on the scroll. Very, very nice, and this deep plum ribbon keeping it tied shut. So we're going to crack that open. And, oops, here we go. And if we undo the ribbon, we should be able to, come on, open it up. There we are. And if we open it just section by section, yes, you can see there's the writing, and then there are these really gruesome illustrations of the Buddhist concepts or conceptualizations of hell. And I was quite interested to see how close some of these related to Dante's visions, right? Let's just move on to the next one. We've got, being burnt alive. That seems to be quite a common theme, clearly. And then, here we go. Yeah. Just really, really gruesome stuff, right? Okay, you get the general idea. I'll just show you one more. Yeah, some people, sea of worms, is that? Oh, it's just, whoa. All right, yeah, there we go. Yeah, and various devils and demons and there we are. So that's the Hell Scroll. Very, very cool stuff. So that's that. Yeah, that's just a little sample of the things that Peter's brought over from Kyoto. There is one more thing that I'll show you in a few moments, but first of all, move on to some of the other things that I got this month. And I wanted to mention this, the Terre d'Hermès, and this is a perfume that I picked up this month. I don't buy very many perfumes. I tend to stick to the one or two perfumes, but I was recommended this one as one that people tend to like a lot. And since the perfumes that I have tend to be perfumes that I like rather than perfumes that other people like, my latest one is Oud and Spice by Acqua di Palma, and I think it smells absolutely amazing, but people tell me that it's challenging. So fine, okay. So I thought I might buy something that other people like, and I was told Terre d'Hermès is one that people like, so I went in and I smelled it, and yeah, I like it too. I cannot get enough of this. It smells so good, and I really like this kind of the top. So it's obviously the first thing that I tried to do was to pull it off, but no, you can't do that. So you have to just twist it, and it goes down. on a little screw, I suppose, on the inside, and it just smells divine. I can't describe it for you. Uh, uh, this isn't my speciality, but I thought I'd point it out just in case anyone had missed it. It is a classic. Most people who love perfumes will probably know all about it. And now these teas, folks. My dear sister bought me some tea for Christmas, and I had to share this because look at that. It's the most beautiful set of teas that I have ever seen. Fortnum and Mason's Classic World Teas come in these little tea caddies, and that's it. I'm throwing out all my other tea caddies and replacing them with these. They are so utterly beautiful. So that's the in front of you here is the Darjeeling, the Lapsang Souchong, and the Assam, but there are many more. And maybe I can zoom in. Yeah, there we are. The smell on this, folks, it smells so good. I just want to make a cup of tea now. I probably will after this. So yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. There's there are lots and lots of different colors for the various varieties of tea. I might be getting a few more of these actually, just to have a slightly larger collection. It's really nice. So this is what Peter, bless him, bought me here in Łódź, just to say thank you for hosting him over the new year. And it's a Lego Good Fortune set. It's just so lovely. So lovely. Now it looks like everything's separate, but actually no, everything is fixed to this kind of blue and gold base, which you put together, of course, and then everything kind of fits onto it, right? Everything kind of clicks in place, and yeah, I'm not going to be able to get it back on me. I'll have to do that after I've, oh, here it is. Yeah, and then these little hanging banners, which say things like, I'm afraid obviously I can't. Maybe I should be able to read these, but I certainly can't. And they say things like spring is hanging off the branch, or something along those lines, and good fortune, that kind of stuff. And anyway, this persimmon fruit, which represents good fortune, and yeah, it just spins. I think that's very cool. And then these three kind of gold bullions, which represent wealth, of course, naturally, right? And then this scroll with a Lego brush. I think that's really lovely. Again, a symbol for good fortune. I think I had a lot of fun putting this together. It took me about 2 hours. This beautiful fan. I do enjoy putting Lego together, and this was a particularly enjoyable set. Oh, this one's fallen off. I'm going to need to put that one back on. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it actually fits back in quite easily. Let me push this to the side to show you these two new children's classics from the Everyman library that I picked up again at Peter's insistence, actually, and I was very glad to do so. They happened to be available in one of my local shops. These are two books by C.S. Evans. The Sleeping Beauty and Cinderella obviously are fairy tales, well-known fairy tales that are catalogued by the Brothers Grimm, and C.S. Evans basically blew them up into slightly larger books so that Arthur Rackham would be able to illustrate them. And so, yeah, I've been reading The Sleeping Beauty in particular to my son, and it's just so cool. It's the writing is very pleasant to read, but these illustrations, if only I could have maybe three hands. Yeah, they're very dark. I just love these silhouette illustrations. I like them so much. As you know, they are the illustrations that I used in my folk and fairy tale cards of fate and fortune, which I'll show you in a second. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a close look. I think this is my favorite picture of Arthur Rackham's. It's just a little bit gossamer, a little bit dark, you know, those kind of twisted branches, and so delicate, and also kind of comical, but also kind of scary. I just love it. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. So yeah, these wonderful illustrations. That's the Sleeping Beauty. I'll leave links to these down below in the description of the video, of course. And then Cinderella, check that out. Yeah, these are actually some of the silhouettes that made their way, in fact, onto my oracle cards. Right, I'll show you those oracle cards in a moment, as I promised already. Yeah, I think yeah, you might recognize those. Very lovely. There we are. That's Cinderella and the Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, so the cards of fate and fortune. So this was an illustration, also Arthur Rackham, from Irish fairy tales. And then each of the cards have got these on the back, right? So these are from Cinderella. This tree, I'm not sure where this is from. It is an Arthur Rackham illustration. I think it might have been for the back of a deck of cards, in fact, quite possibly. It originally had two weird-looking trolls. I didn't like the look of those two trolls. They looked a little bit too friendly, too comical, not quite fairy tale-ish enough to feature on the back of these cards. But yes, so that's where those come from. And then finally, folks, I want to show you these. So I have been wanting a collection of La Pléiade books forever. For decades I wanted books from this collection, and this year, while I was in France, I decided it was time to start. And this 3-part Livre du Graal is clearly the crown jewel here. It's in English. It's known as the Vulgate Cycle. These are anonymous works that chronicle all of the stories associated to the Grail, from Joseph of Arimathea through to Merlin and Arthur's court, of course, through to Percival, through to just the whole lot, all the way up to the death of Arthur. And yeah, it's all in the old ancient French, medieval French, not ancient, but the medieval French, and this kind of updated modern French version, so you can just read the top half of each page, and it's this really lovely Bible paper, which is nevertheless not very see-through, but it's super, super thin, very flexible, and they are very light. Like we've got thousands of pages here. Let me just see exactly how many pages, but just to get a vague idea. Yeah, around one. I'm going to estimate 1,800 pages in a single volume here. Oh dear, something happened down there. And you can hold it in one hand very, very comfortably. So that's and this is 24 karat gold on the spine, and then there's this mylar, and then this is the first time I've ever seen this. It's a dust cover that only covers the front cover and the back cover, like this. There we go, and then the mylar goes over it, and then the back has got the same thing. You've got the plastic, and under the plastic there's just a cover for the cover, just so that the spine remains visible, which I think is awesome. It's such a good idea. Hopefully this is giving some ideas to to some English publishers out there. I know many people hate dust covers. This is a very, very cool way of doing it, so that your book remains protected, but still looks fantastic on the shelf. There we go. And then there is Chrétien de Troyes. You can tell I'm kind of into Grail stories at the moment, narratives. Then Rabelais' complete works. Rabelais is interesting, especially if you're into thelema. You might already know, in fact, that Rabelais was the one who came up with the idea of thelema. He's got a so it's Pantagruel, I think, or Gargantua. They have a city of thelema where the motto is "Do what thou wilt." There we go. And so it's this beautiful utopia. So yeah, potentially something to check out. And then the 1001 Nights, which is very, very difficult to find in the English language in a full translation. Of course, I've got the kind of 1001 Nights. Is it on the shelf over here somewhere? There you go and check it out. The Arabian Nights, there we go, by Sir Richard Burton, which is a selection, of course, right? He just translated a few, and he kind of sanitized them beyond all recognition. These are pretty racy, these ones, I think, to say the least, to say the very, very least. So yeah, to find the complete 1001 Nights in the English language is quite difficult. You can find it in paperback very easily, but to have some nice editions like this, yeah, this is I've been wanting this for quite a while. So there we go, folks. That's all the lovely stuff that's come my way this this month. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to hit the like button if you did in fact enjoy watching some of these lovely things that have come my way. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who does watch these videos, and to all my patrons and all the people who support my channel in all the various ways. Thank you so much, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and see you very soon with another video. Take care. Bye bye.